Hey guys, it's Mike McKinstry from the Bassquatch Hunter Fish Out of Water. Today I'm going to do a really fun review and comparison of the Feelfree Moken 10 and Moken 12.5 PDL. So stay tuned. We're going to go over stability, speed, comfort, and give you a special opinion. So stay tuned. All right, so first thing I'm gonna go over is the Moken 10 PDL from Feelfree. Now the two major differences between the two, between the 12.5 and the 10 is about 2.5 foot difference, obviously. But there's a lot of features and little small things that I feel like make them both unique and special. So first, let's go over the Moken 10. So I'm gonna put the specs right here on the screen. You'll see the weight, the width, the weight capacity, and the length right here on the screen. I'm gonna show you all the features though. So a lot of these are very similar. So first thing is the front molded handle on the kayak. Now every Feelfree kayak has that. It's a great feature. Molded handles are amazing. They don't break off, they don't get loose. I like molded handles. That means they're part of the actual model of the kayak. The 10 also has pocketed side handles right here that are cut into the body, make it really easy to carry from the side. They have the Easy Rider seat, super comfortable metal frame seat and mesh, really easy to take care of, very lightweight. Also doubles as a beach chair if you want to take it out. Has the rubber platform to stand up on. It's reinforced, so it's super stable and it's made to stand up on. There's no flex when you walk around. Has the rapid pedal drive. It's a great pedal drive. Never had any issues with these things. Has a nice flat steering right here that steers the cable left and right. Now the seat on both of these kayaks are adjustable forward and back so you can reach the pedals. Then you go to the back, there's a huge tank well back here with bungees. There's tracks on the front and back of this kayak to mount accessories, cup holders, fish finders, rod holders, anything you need. I always put my Yak Attack accessories all over this thing. Right now I have both of them at stock, bare bones, that way I can compare them equally. It has a twist off storage hatch right here on the back where you can put a little dry bag in there if you need to. It gives you good access to the hull. That's something I do like about the Moken 10. Two flush rod holders with the integrated rod leash on them. And then other than that, pretty basic kayak. You got a handle in the back, rudder right here, really easy to take care of. And of course the built-in wheel makes these kayaks really easy to roll back and forth and move around. So the Moken 10 is pretty simple. I feel like it's a little bit wider, so I do like the stability of this thing, but I'm gonna show you on the water how fast it is, how stable it is, and how comfortable this kayak really is. So now let's move over to the 12 foot. All right, so now we're gonna go over the 12.5 PDL from Feelfree Kayaks. Now, just like I mentioned earlier, this is very, very similar to the 10. It has a really big tank well in the back. It's a little bit longer because it's a bigger kayak. Has the track mounts in the back, just like the 10, flush mount rod holders with the integrated rod leashes. Now, the 12.5 does have two molded in cup holders, which is pretty cool. The 10 doesn't have that. I like molded cup holders. Has the same seat, also adjustable. Has the same platform, but the platform is a little bit longer. Now this kayak is about 3 inches narrower and about 20 pounds heavier than the 10-foot PDL. So it's not as wide as the 10, but it's longer and you do have more hull in the water, so the stability is kind of offset. But we're gonna go over stability on the water, so stay tuned for that. It has the same pedal drive as the 10, nothing different there. One of the biggest differences between the 10-foot and the 12.5 foot is this front storage hatch right here that opens up, and you can put a dry bag in here with extra clothes or gear, anything you need. It's always good to carry a spare life jacket in case someone needs one in there too. Has rod tip protectors on the front, which the 10 doesn't have. I don't really use the rod tip protectors, but they're there, so it's nice to have them. And one really cool thing about the 12 is it has molded handles in the back right here on the side. So you can lift this up really easily from the back with the handles underneath the kayak. So it being a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, I like the extra handles on this boat. Other than that, they're pretty identical. So let's get them both on the water, and we're gonna get different opinions here. I'm gonna bring a special guest on this video to do a review of both of them so you get two opinions of how these handle in the water with stability, with comfort, with speed, fishability, all the stuff. So let's go hit the water. All right, so I told you I was bringing a special guest out here, so I got Madison out here with me. She's gonna go out in both of these kayaks, and you're gonna get my opinion as an experienced fisherman on both these boats. Then you're gonna get Madison's opinion on a very inexperienced kayak user and very inexperienced fisherman. That way you can get both opinions here, whether you're a fisherman or not. You can see which one of these kayaks might be the best for you, or at least our opinions on them. So have you ever been in this kayak? You've ever been in the 12 and a half? Have you been in this 10 yet?
No.
You haven't been in either one of them?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think so either. I think you've only been, she uses the Feelfree Flash, which is an 11-foot kind of in the middle between these two, but it's made for smaller people only. Definitely not comparable to these two models. So this is gonna be a very brand new experience. I've been in both of these only once or twice, so it's still pretty new to me as well, but I'm definitely used to kayaks. So you excited to try these out?
Yes.
What do you think is gonna be your favorite? The 10-foot, that's shorter and fatter, or the longer, skinnier 12.5 foot?
Probably the fat one.
The short, fat one. All right, so we're gonna try both on the water. We'll do stability, comfort, everything, and we'll bring it right to you. You ready?
Ready.
Let's go. All right, let's push out on the Moken 10 PDL. Now I have the seat all the way forward to the front position. I don't know if I need it that short, but I'll find out. All right, I'll drop the rudder down. And once I get in about 12 inches of water or so, I'll drop the pedal drive down. And then I can put the paddle away. Nice and simple. This pedal drive goes down really, really easy. Perfect. Yeah, this front position is great. I'm 5'5", so this is a perfect distance for me right here. Any shorter than 5'5", I would recommend it looking at the Feelfree Flash instead of the Moken 10, because I'm fully extended right here. So let's see how this thing moves on the water. So it's super fast and responsive. Right away, first thing I notice, this thing turns incredibly easy, and it's very responsive, like immediate forward, backwards. The steering is super tight. This is more comparable to a sports car than some of the other bigger kayaks I've used as far as how reactive it is. Like super tight steering, maneuvers really easily, and it takes off right away. Being it's only 10 foot long, this has a really short base on it, so it will maneuver quick, but it's also nice and stable, that 35-inch wide platform. So, speed is there. This thing is fast. Steering, maneuverability is there. It moves on a dime. It's super responsive. Definitely like this one. It's probably one of the fastest kayaks I have. But now, let's test out my most important part, and that is stability and fishability. So, standing up on it, super nice. Make sure you get that wide stance when you stand up in any kayak, but this thing is really comfy here. So I'll put both feet on one side. I always like doing this test. Both feet on one side, no water over the side at all. So super stable kayak. Man, for being a little 10-footer, this thing feels like it has a lot of room. So reach back, we'll grab the rod. Now let's check out fishability while standing, because it's a really important part for me. I like to fish a lot and stand up a lot while I'm casting. So let's throw this out there. I really like that side-to-side stability on this, because when you go to cast, you want to make sure you have that stability. That way you don't fall over from the weight movements. Man, you almost forget you're on a short kayak. So this Moken 10 definitely gets a 10 on stability. I like this boat a lot. The only thing I will say though is, like I said, I'm a shorter guy and I have the seat all the way forward on this boat. So anyone shorter than me, than 5'5", I would highly recommend trying out the Feelfree Flash. It's 11 foot, it's a shorter kayak, and definitely made for shorter people. But yeah, definitely fishable. Definitely stable and standable too. The 12 foot I'm assuming is gonna be, I don't know what to expect from it. It's a little bit more narrow, but it's longer. So let me move out of the wind. But yeah, standing up and down in this thing is actually really easy. Like I said, a 10-foot kayak, I didn't really expect much. as far as stability goes, but you know, 35-inch wide, that's no joke. 35 inches is a wide kayak, and it gives you all the stability you need. Today's kind of windy too, and it feels pretty comfortable. But I will say, this kayak is definitely fishable, definitely stable, and Bassquatch approved. But now, I'm gonna get in the 12 and see how it goes, but first, we're gonna put Madison in the 10. We'll get her opinion and see what she thinks of the comfort, the speed, the agility, and from a woman's point of view on which kayak she's gonna like better, so stay tuned to the end. When you're coming down these boats, you wanna make sure you pull the pedal drive up before you get too shallow and pull the rudder up. Now the rudder will fold up automatically, so it's not incredibly important to pull it up right away, but the pedal drive, you wanna make sure you're prepared. So I always unlatch it first, then center the prop, and then lift it up, turn the prop sideways, and it's up. Then you can use your paddle to finish the job. So these pedal drives are really fast, really easy to use. And if you get in that shallow water, under 12 foot or in heavy weeds, that drive comes up super fast with a really quick movement. It might take a few times to get used to the movements of it, but definitely a fast pedal drive. So Madison, it's your turn. Yep.
It turns very easily. I will say that. There's a fish. Okay, so I am 4'11", so this kayak is a little bit too big for me, but it is very manageable. It's fun going around in circles. I could probably do that all day. It does feel pretty stable. It's very comfortable. I like the seat. I could take a nice nap in this seat. I don't really have anything else to say about it. If you are under 4'11", I do not recommend. I do not think you'll be able to reach the pedals because your girl is struggling, getting her stretches in today. Should I stand up? It is very stable. I feel like I'm not gonna flip out. Mike does not trust me to stand up because apparently the microphone I have is about $400, so I'm not going to. Oh, I like it. I feel very cool. I don't know if this would be comfortable to go fishing in. Would it be? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I feel safe. I feel secure. I like it. It feels very stable. I will say that. We're not including that part in. Yeah, we are. No, we're not. All right. Well, this kayak was very stable. It was very fast, but unfortunately, it's not the one for me because I'm way too small.
All right, so I tried out the Moken 10 PDL. Madison tried out the Moken 10 PDL. Like I said, I'm 5'5", and I had the seat all the way forward in that kayak, so I'm pretty sure 6 foot tall, even over 6 foot tall, could fit into that 10-foot kayak and still be comfortable because that cockpit's a lot bigger than you think for a 10-footer. So I reached the pedals perfectly fine with the seat all the way forward. Madison is 6 inches shorter than me. She's 4'11", so she had a hard time reaching the pedals, but she could still reach them. It was just a little bit more difficult for her, so I'd say 4'11" is probably the maximum, or the minimum, sorry. The minimum height would be 4'11" for the Moken 10. Now the Moken 12, I actually haven't really been in yet, so I'm kind of nervous because if the seat's all the way forward in that one and I'm just reaching them, I don't know if Madison's gonna be able to reach the 12 or not, so maybe it'll be a review just for me. We'll find out. But let's get the 12 in the water and check out the difference. Now this one is 3 inches narrower, but it's like 2.5 feet longer. It's 12'7", and it's about 22 pounds, I think, heavier. So it's gonna definitely perform a little different in the water, but let's see how it does. Well, I can still walk across the nose of this thing. I'm just not used to this kayak. Once you get used to any kayak, you kind of learn where its points are, and you learn how it feels. First thing I will tell you though, this cockpit is huge. Like, this cockpit is huge. Like, you could definitely be in the high 6 foot something, and you're gonna have plenty of room in this boat. I do like that the Moken 12 has a double paddle keeper, so it has 2 bungees for the paddle. That way it doesn't like seesaw on you. So when you put the paddle down in this boat, you have a front latch right here for the paddle, and you got a back one back here. That keeps it a lot more secure. I do like that already. Drive is super smooth. Oh, rudder's down already. All right, let's see how she performs. Well, I'll tell you right now, the seat's all the way forward. It's full extension to reach the pedals in this boat for me. So again, under 5'5", I feel like this is gonna be a little bit of a big kayak if you're under 5'5". But just like the Moken 10, this thing flies on the water. Like, very minimal effort, and this kayak is flying. That nose looks huge on this boat. I'm not used to using a 12.5 foot kayak anymore. The nose on this thing is huge, but it maneuvers really easily. I mean, between the 10 and the 12, I will say that the 10 is definitely a little bit quicker. Man, this boat is smooth. So I will say that the 10 is definitely a little bit faster. It maneuvers a little bit quicker. That's expected with a shorter boat, but this thing, for a 12.5 foot, 111 pound kayak, this thing is incredibly impressive. It's fast, it's agile, it's quick, it's very maneuverable. Like I said, I'm fully extended reaching these pedals, so under 5'5", this is gonna be a tough boat. All right, but now the important part. Let's test stability and fishability of the Moken 12.5. So, standing up, just as easy as the 10. Ooh, definitely not as wide as the 10. This has a lot narrower. It's 32 inches wide, so it's not comparable to the 35-inch wide of the 10. Definitely noticeable, but I will say, I feel comfortable putting both feet on one side again. Whew. Not when there's rollers coming behind me. Hold on. There's a little bit of rollers coming up behind me. I'll wait till those go away before I stand on one side like that. I'm not used to this boat. Once I get used to a kayak, it's like a bicycle or rollerblades or anything. It kind of becomes part of you. Once these rollers go past, I'll feel a little bit more confident. But so standing both feet on one side. All right. So it's still not going over. It still doesn't feel like it's even close. I got pretty good stability rocking back and forth on this thing. Can take a step forward. If I was dressed to swim right now, I feel like I could stand in the front of this thing perfectly fine. Probably stand behind the seat with how much room I have on this. It's definitely stable, but you have to get used to it for sure. But let's check the fishability now, and let's see how I feel standing up casting on this kayak. Okay, definitely stable. It's definitely stable, definitely fishable, definitely comfortable. The Moken 12 is definitely Bassquatch approved and tested as well, but I do wish I was a little bit taller, or this cockpit was a little bit shorter, just for my leg reach. But this 12 is great. It's a cool boat. Definitely check it out if you're in the market, and look for it if you're a bigger guy or taller guy for sure. But now let's get Madison in this kayak and let's see what she thinks of the speed and comfort if she can reach the pedals. We gotta find that out first, so let's head into shore. Definitely say it's a good kayak though. It's stable, it's comfortable, but I would say it's definitely gonna be made for taller people. Definitely a boat made for taller people.
Okay, well, surprisingly, I can actually reach the pedals. We should have made a bet. All right, I guess I'm just gonna go backwards. This thing's quick. I feel like it's faster than the other one. Oh, it is a reach though. My legs are getting a workout today. I like it a lot. It's more tippy. I wouldn't want to stand up in this one, that's for sure. I think I would go over. See, I can't tell, I don't know. It definitely feels stable, so that's nice. Like, I know I'm not gonna fall in. I like the Moken 10 a lot better. I feel like it's more wider, stabler. I have an easier time reaching the pedals than I do with this one. I don't have to reach so much. My legs are probably going to be sore tomorrow. But yeah, I recommend the Moken 10 over this one.
All right, so we tried both kayaks out. I think I had a little more fun than she did in them, but I'm also a kayak fisherman and she's not. So I liked the Moken 10 the most, I'm not gonna lie. The 12 is amazing on the water, but I felt a lot smaller in the 12. I feel like you have to be bigger than 5'5" to use the 12 and really appreciate the size of it. If I'm on rough waters or bigger lakes, I think I'd really like the 12 better, or if I really need the extra storage, because the biggest difference to me was this front hatch on the 12 and the bigger tank well in the back. So more storage, longer boat in the water, better for big rivers and stuff. I would say the 12, more stable, more comfortable, better for small bodies of water, more maneuverable. The 10 all day. So the 10 has my vote. What do you think, Madison?
100%.
The 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Moken 10 wins. The comparison, they're both amazing boats. Ask your local dealers to try out the Moken 12.5 and the Moken 10 because you never know which one fits you until you sit in it and try it out. I never recommend buying a kayak without trying it first. So the review is just my opinion and Madison's opinion, but I'll tell you what, that Moken 10, that's the winner. But we're gonna go out fishing, hopefully get some fish in these boats now, but I'm gonna let Madison take out the 10 since she's a little more comfortable in that one. I'll take out the big 12, but either way, Feelfree did a great job on both these boats. I'm so happy they finally made a pedal drive version of one of the best platforms they ever made. So make sure you guys check out the Moken 12.5 and the Moken 10. Again, the stats on them are so close, but the extra 2 inches and 20 pounds less weight on the 10 makes a big difference. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you watch all of our full episodes of our full show on the Discovery Channel, Discovery Plus, and on our website, bassquatchhunter.com. You can check out the full show though, the Bassquatch Hunter Fish Out of Water, and I think you'll love it. You'll see all these kayaks in action and see what you guys think. But fun time?
Yeah.
All right, so see you guys soon. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and socials, and we'll see you soon.
Or don't, you can be a loser.
Yeah, or don't, but either way, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Don't miss the Bassquatch Hunter, Fish Out of Water, on the Discovery Channel, the Pursuit Channel, and online everywhere. BassquatchHunter.com.